Welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness 2. I've been doing a bit of quest work here and there. Got some info quests here. Just added like these two, mining and ore generation. Moved this around a little bit. Yeah. Chapter 4, I forget if I showed this or not, but I've changed this a couple times. Magic was over here. I changed the recipe for this to... Apparently that didn't get changed. Where is it at? Olympian Multiblock to recipes. Drenched Arcanite. Oh, I did change it. Just didn't get saved. I'm actually looking forward to just like playing again, because I want to do some more automation and things. And I feel like I need some more context again. There we go. So I changed the name of this just now, Drenched Arcanite. The flotation tank requires the finished PCB. And I could do things like that. But I also changed this I'm pretty sure I showed. I might add more concrete or something to that. But this I changed to these mechanical alloy robot arms. The reason for this change is A, these are, custom. And B, when you try to place the create arms into the crafters, they actually just select the crafters, and you have to use a hopper, which works, obviously. And nobody actually asked about this, but this should make it easier to do. Yeah. Moved this. I was going to change some of these recipes just a wee bit. I wanted to do... Oh yeah, and then I added in here, offering table. I don't have much info about this right now. Did a wee bit of changes here and there as well. I'm trying to unify the look. So ore processing machines are gears, rockets are hexes, and then ingots are, or kind of like portals, are circle. So you can see I've done that here as well. And then everything else is the rounded squares. I don't honestly... I'm overthinking this again like usual, but I don't know if I want to keep the rockets, because I personally hate going to different dimensions. I'm like a void block player at heart. And had some ideas for some of these tier 7 metals. Vibranium would be cool to get from asteroids. And then Uru you actually get in the overworld. That's a bedrock metal. And then Draconium would be cool to get from like deep mob learning or some sort of multi-block. Similar to that, like a dragon simulation chamber type of a deal. Oh, and I also... These tools can be crafted with Orc Gold or Swift Alloy, and Orc Gold can be crafted with gold leaves. I thought. Orc Gold appears to be bugged. Okay. Alright, got that sorted. Long story short, it's supposed to be powder or leaves. The powder is obviously more efficient, but the powder requires a little bit more technology. Not too bad. Either way, the gold leaves are pretty easy. You just need to do this with the golden fibers. Anyway, should be a little bit easier to get these, because these are the ones, I feel like this is hopefully this is a good option, because these Swift alloys are annoying to do. Like, this is 5, you have to do 8 manually, which I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty annoying. The Reddit post definitely is the reason why I did this, but another change I made was to add the smelting level. Why is this not working now? Let me reboot. There we go. Anyway, I added the smelting tags. You can see there it says 4-part smelting blast furnace and can be smelted in blast furnace. I don't know if that is exactly what it's going to end up staying as, but this will basically allow you to filter by smelting level. In theory, you can say, if it has blast furnace or foundry or furnace or arc furnace, then you can put in the blast furnace. But the blast furnace is actually pretty slow right now, sort of intentionally, but I do want to be able to speed it up with the coils. It's just a hassle and a half. So, all right, I think I might actually play some. Oh yeah, and I need to give recipes for modular routers. I think for now I might just slap some material change on this. Yeah, I'll just do that. See, it feels kind of like maybe a boring way to do it, but let's give it a shot. Home sweet home. Now to figure out what the heck I was doing. Dang, I got pretty far. Alright, so. Stick flowers, petal apothecary. Yeah, I kind of want to actually do some PneumaticCraft or something. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? Can I make the flotation tank? No. Wait, why? Why is this? What's your deal? Optional, invisible, ignore ward. What is your deal here? Something's different here? Oh, found it. So this is one completed. It should be all completed. There we go. Oh, why is it hidden now? Is secret false? Hide details until startable. No, wait, default. Where is it? Invisible. No, come on. Default, default. There we go, default. Okay. Trying to figure out a good way to craft steel here, and there's 3 ways currently, which, spoiler, gonna change. But this recipe I couldn't quite figure out. Turns out I just have one recipe in the EBF file, and it's the steel recipe. And it only requires oxygen, which is incorrect. It should require air or oxygen. All right, so here we are. We got some engine rotors crafted. 2, just enough for this. We're not quite there yet, but we're closing in on it. I think we can make none of these, yeah. So I did a little bit of work on some recipes, specifically steel, in world and out. So this recipe accepts a lot more options. I think it was just iron ingots and coke dust. Now it accepts any type of coal or coke and iron. I kind of want to make I might actually make a better recipe, or more efficient recipe using coke, like 1 coke and 2 iron type of a deal. I like that idea. And then I also added an induction smelter recipe and made the blast furnace recipe better. It's faster, and it can also accept anything. Alright, so I've added that recipe. I've also changed this from accepting dust to just ingots. So we've got the regular recipe, which is just iron and coal. In this case, this does take 1 iron and 1 coke for the 60 seconds. Or 2 iron and 1 coke if you upgrade to the arc furnace. The induction smelter also has the same recipe. I set this up to generate some lava, and it drained all our power. So building that buffer up again, I need to actually hook this up as well. And then I can't remember if I showed it or not. Let's wait till this buffer fills. Is this going up? Yes. So I need to actually, I think, use this lava to generate power. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like the power density, I'm doubting is actually correct, but we'll see. Because it seems to generate or require a lot of power to produce the lava in the first place. I don't recall if I showed this on camera yet, but I set this up. I lost quite a bit of footage due to that Visual Studio Code scene and accidentally switching to it. But yeah. I'm also running out of space here. So there's definitely that. I think ore processing should get its own subnet, which is pretty classic. I need to, and like some of this stuff isn't actually in the system. Like most of these aren't in the system. They're actually in storage buses. Like this crushed immortite, for example, is actually in this network right here. Alright, so in our quest for the thermo-pneumatic processing plant, we are just missing the blazing capacitator and the pneumatic casing. In this, we're just missing the dielectric casing. In this, we're missing some dielectric alloy scaffold. Now, there is a 3D crafting recipe for this, which I think is more efficient, and I think we actually already have some sheet metal. We do, but not much. So I think we'll just roll with the this. Yeah. And then there's the casing. I might actually, this is used for a handful of stuff. Wait, so I've already crafted it. Okay. So there's the casing. And then we got just the capacitor. So now this is something I've been working on for a bit now. I've got the blazing coating. I've got the blaze quartz. All I need is the molten core. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let me sleep real quick. So I do have enough to do this recipe here. The awakening tablet, molten core. I designed this recipe specifically for this recipe. But the main way you're going to want to get this, obviously, is with deep mob learning, or hostile neural networks. Both these are craftable, so... Magma cube. Oh yeah, and then so some of these are... Like, take the... So a lot of these are craftable, not every single one. But let's say you want the dragon model. This requires stainless steel plating and dragon eggs. However, oh, 2 dragon eggs, that actually might be... That doesn't make sense. Because the idea is you can craft it once you kill it once. Is there a dragon scale? Do these drop? I think these drop like when you do it once. This might be better. Dragon head? Oh, you have to get... That's unlikely, isn't it? Dragon's breath might be better. I also decided to add the Enderman head to... Well, you know what I could do is just add dragon scales. Maybe I'll do both. Because I like the idea of using dragon scales as a crafting recipe item. So anyway, this is how you do this. I can't remember if I've showed this either, but so you find the mod, you open up the folder, you go into data models, you find the one you want. In this case, we want the Ender Dragon. And then we're going to copy that, move it over to the Cube.js data file repository. Right here, hostile networks, data models, paste it in there. Now we have it freedom to edit it. So we're just going to... Okay, so we're going to actually reduce the amount of dragon breath you get while I'm here. Actually, maybe... We'll see. Dragon egg. What is this used for? Blasted off an ender dragon. I can't remember. What does it do? Dragonborn. Increase. Ooh, that's cool. It increases protection and attack when airborne. Oh, okay. Oh, dang. Additional slot? Hmm. Okay, so you can do it with ingot, earth, and slime, or you can do draconic. Penalizes choice of the most powerful type. I don't know what that means. Huh, neat. Man, I really need to learn the new Tinkers. Either way, it's likely that we're going to be updating to 1.20 whenever Multiblock 2 comes out. So, yeah. Alright, so the only dragon scale that we really need, I would say, is this dragon scale. So, let's test this recipe out really quick. We're gonna grab that. Let's see if it basically, alright, so that's took off 10 durability, so you can do that 56 times. So roughly like 150 dragon scales per knife, which is pretty cheap. The only thing is this dark rune, but that's fine, I would say. Okay. I think I'll just do both anyway, but I'll do one dragon scale and one dragon head. That way it kind of incentivizes you to maybe get the head and shave it. But if I know Minecraft players, they're not going to do that if they don't have to. Okay. Data per kill, 3. Okay. Alright. Input, base drop. Type. Oh man, I could just add anything here. I don't even have to do... Well, yeah, I guess it would have to be an entity. But in theory, you could do whatever you want. It's like super easy comparatively. So these molten cores here can be melted into blazing blood, which I think is why I did this recipe in the first place. Which sounds fair, I feel like. 250. So that's a bucket for this. So that is... Yeah, so 8 blaze powder makes a bucket of molten blood, as opposed to just being able to melt down the blaze powder itself, which I feel like is fair. Alright, so now we slap these in the doohickey. Oh, we literally do need all 4, don't we? Woo! Thankfully, we just need the... Oh, okay, this gives us 2. I want to make... Yeah, we'll see. And then, what exactly... Oh, man, I should do more than this, don't I? Like that? That makes 2, but you need 2 for everything you do. Except that. And the cables. Oh, this requires more crystal. No, I guess you can upgrade the crystal, okay. And make some generator blocks. Something tells me it wasn't this recipe when I did that, though. The way I'm getting blaze powder right now is through this, which is only a 5% chance. I think I need to do... This is 5? It's actually the best way to do that. I think the moral of the story is I need to set up the brick chain. And I've been saying that for literally the entire playthrough. But, it's true. Problem is I just don't have enough time, typically, when I record. And I don't feel like piecemealing it together. I guess that's the official excuse, at least. Alright, here we go. So we're going to get rid of this. And then 1, 2, 3... Boom. It's a bit of power. 120. We're actually capped on biodiesel again, which is pretty awesome. I don't think we're capped. I don't think we're capped on that. Capped on that. We're filling up on potatoes too. Very nice. So we actually have a good backlog of power right now. The fact that we are filling up the buffer passively with this is pretty nice. I should actually have set up some passive power gen with like a windmill and stuff. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so there's that, a kinetic dynamo. Fernator blazing. That doesn't feel like 500. What is this? Generates 800, 800, 200. That's so much. But again, it's like my main holdup here is I think I can actually craft this. Yeah, so literally my main holdup is the fact that I don't have these guys, which again, brick chain. It looks really easy if you just look at it like this, and it kind of is. The thing is though, it's you need like say sand, which means that you also need to set up, and this is all doable through create, but you also need to set up crushing, where is it? Gravel, and then where's the crusher? Oh, you can't? Oh, that's interesting. So you have to use this crusher. So you have to crush gravel, you have to crush cobble, and then once you have, say, like cobble, you can, once you have gravel, you can wash it, get a little bit of flint or whatever. You can smelt it into slag, you can get your main brick chain item, or you can make andesite. Yeah, this chain is pretty much designed to be done entirely through create, but like you can sift it. This I want to change up a little bit still. I want to change these meshes to something besides, like I want to make these a little bit more interesting. I want these to be different. So like the brass mesh gives you everything at the highest chance. So there's no reason to do these recipes, may as well not exist, except you don't get coal. So if you want coal, you got to use the andesite mesh or the zinc mesh, I guess. Anyway, this is for another time, changing that. But yeah, so once you have gravel, you may as well sift it and then crush it. Once you have sand, same thing. You may as well sift it and then crush it. You can also, I think you need soul sand later on in another step. And if you have soul sand, you may as well wash it, and so on and so forth. Where is this? I think you need soul sand for something. Maybe it's liquid soul. No. I swear there was something you needed it for. Or maybe it was this. Nope. Oh yeah. Scoria is used to make magma blocks, which are used to make obsidian, or I think magma is used for one of them. Yeah, there's the heated brick. Anyway, the point is that you can passive a ton of resources using just the like cobble. And I'm kind of like procrastinating because I want to get the absolute maximum yield out of it. And yeah, I probably should just do it, because the alternative is basically to use applied logistics and just basically not passive it and just feed everything in kind of one step at a time, like with the interfaces, and then just make it so it's not a chain. It's just like a this does this, this does this, this does this, and then the recipe for this does right there, and then right there, and so on. All right, let's do this. Capacitator, and there you go, Pneumatic processing plant. I think we can officially start work on plastic now. So this requires biodiesel and charcoal, or LPG and coal. So we have biodiesel, we're just going to do this. And then it's 1 bucket of plastic. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, neat. I did not know that existed. Ooh, okay. So 1 bucket of biodiesel is 10 plastic. And this is something that needs to be automated as well. Honestly, pretty much everything needs to be automated. I think we can increase the yield of plastic if we do this. Yes. Chill the heat frame below 1. But we also need it for etching acid. Okay. I don't know if we have a heat frame though. Yeah, we do. That means we need a vortex tube heat frame. It also kind of means we need to upgrade the compressor. I might go with this rotational compressor. I just realized I'm gonna need a ton more rotors here. I don't think I have enough to do this. Nope. This requires a bunch more nether steel. Like a bunch more nether steel. I do have a bunch of these. If I'm not mistaken, these can be melted and then cast. Yes. Okay, awesome. Takes more heat though. Doing a little bit of smelting here. So this is blazing pyrotheum. And then we got the molten debris. Oh, did I waste some? No, I just didn't have quite enough. So we're going to put this back there. Sheet metal cast. Blazing pyrotheum. Do this for a second. Boom. Boom. We used up all that luminite we had. Still need a way to actually craft that. Alright, so I need 116 nether steel. I imagine I have enough. 116? Yeah, it only takes 15. But that's almost all of it. Cool. And that should be, yeah, cool. Very nice. So this might be draining our power a little bit. No, actually it's not. What power is this? 40? Snap. Unfortunately, I didn't put in like the actual ratios here. So I have some ingredients in there, I just don't know how much. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to just keep chucking items in and then seeing if I get it out properly. I also need to maybe make some more solar panels. So if there's no block, it just doesn't show up, which is fine. Alright, so it's time for some black iron. I decided to make the travel anchor because I was kind of sick of walking back and forth. Black iron's pretty easy. Just grab some obsidian and graphite. Which, this is just coal in a smeltery, and this is just obsidian with iron. Got our very first travel anchors. This should be a quest too, honestly. How soon can you craft black iron? It's a tier 2. Means in theory we should be able to use to mix it in the create mixer. obsidian, dust. Huh. Interesting. Tier 2. Is Tier 2? Oh, Tier 2 is the smeltery. I see. Hmm. That should actually work though still. Because we have molten iron's obviously easy, carbon already exists, and then I believe obsidian also exists. Nope, nope, nope. Where's molten obsidian? Can't you do this? Yeah, molten obsidian. Oh, right there. Yeah, we can do this. So obsidian, carbon, and iron. Now, I will say this does mean that the recipes are a little bit different. Actually, quite a bit. Like, this is a very different recipe than this will be, or this, because this can use graphite dust from ChemLib, and this can use obsidian dust from Create or Mechanism. Which that's like a quarter of an obsidian. And then the Create one is that's weird. I feel like the Create obsidian is different. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. So that's 1-to-1, sort of. Anyway, let me whip this recipe up. It's actually fairly straightforward because of this list right here. All we need to do is to find black iron, and then all we need to do is add a tinker's input, just like this. So T construct molten iron. I think it's 1 ingot, molten, and then we'll go name T construct molten obsidian. And I gotta figure out how much that needs. And then we want cube.js molten carbon. And then I think that wants to be 100. That's 1 ingot if I recall correctly. Yes, 1 ingot is 100. And then obsidian is, what is obsidian? 1 bucket. Okay. So obsidian needs to be 100,000. So 90, 1,000, 100. I kind of want the obsidian to be at the end. There we go. All right, black iron can now be made in the smeltery. Now we just add that to the changelog. Black iron in the smeltery. And then we can add it to the quest book. Now to note, it won't show up on a reload until we've got here. Until we reload either the game or the startup scripts. All right, we officially have travel anchors. So, we want to put this kind of like right. Is that too close? Yeah, we'll put this right here. And then travel anchor, and we'll put the other one over here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. Now I'm going to make this run every few seconds. It's going to be huge. It's gonna save a crazy amount of time. Put this right here in front of the arc furnace. I might put this kind of. Enter a name. Oh, I forgot about that. Arc furnace. Maybe I should say industrial area. Yeah, definitely not looking forward to skipping this trip. AE. Well, we'll say main base. Alright, we good? Oh, we're too far. Wait, what? Did I mess that up? I mean, I did notice that it said, look at this with a travel staff or teleportation enchantment to teleport. I mean, are they too far away? Or do you literally need those? Okay, so it turns out they're just too far away. That's actually super annoying. Alright, so I just moved it a little bit closer and we're good. So we're right at the beginning of that. So you right click, huh? You don't shift or jump, you right click. It's not that bad. I'm making some more patterns. I can't wait to actually have a steady supply of patterns. I'm close actually to getting this. All I need, I guess I need, I don't know, I just need plastic. Plastic is actually required for etching too, so I didn't realize that. Means we can remove that. What have I selected? What do I have? But yeah, that can be like that. That can be like that. Nah, that's fine there. Alright. It's a little bit tricky here because if I right click like this, I craft. And if I right click, oh wow, I didn't realize I had that much. And if I right click like this, I teleport. So if I'm like just a teeny bit to the side, I open the inventory. Alright, that's a lot more crafter patterns than I expected. I mean, there's really not that much to automate. That's actually pretty stinking cheap. The main expense is this here with the phenolic resin, but it's only 125, which is actually half of that for a single pattern. The component's the hard part, theoretically, but it's also not that bad because these are all really cheap. One thing I don't have yet is the molecular assembler. But I think I can just craft that. Yeah, pretty much. I think aluminum glass I'm gonna need. Hardened glass. Which is what? I think I can actually add a pattern for that. Let's add the pattern for that. Oh, we don't have a crafting, that's right. We cannot craft this. So aluminum glass, that. And then that. Oh yeah, we're capped on this, I forgot. I think it's actually an upgrade. Pattern provider. Yes. Wait, is that the tunth generation? It is the tunth. I think I can craft this. At the stage I'm at. All I need is this capacity card. Snap. That's a cheap recipe. Okay, capacity card, and then and then blocks of uraninite. Wait, I can literally craft this? I didn't see that coming. Alright. Works for me. I'm pretty sure this is perfect. Alright, what about the 3rd generation? That is lunar alloy. Okay, so that is quite a bit. So yeah, whenever I'm like surprised by a recipe like that, for the most part, it's because I didn't make it. This is not a recipe I made. And then the 4th generation is this. So lumium and all of the thermal alloys require 3 items and a fluid. To make the dust. Well, actually, that's not accurate, is it? I think these both require 4, yeah. But the first one requires 3. So what I'm gonna do, I need to actually add this to the like kind of getting after it list, where I don't really need to do it now, but I kind of want to do it at some point. But I need to make it so that it automatically does. So this is 3 items, like I said, items and a fluid. Now, we'll go back to lumium. I might be running out of time for this episode. Let me check real quick. All right, we are out of time. I think we're at like 41 minutes or so. I don't know if I have enough time today to do this, just to whip it out. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try to get this done. But if you don't see another clip, I'll just upload it. So either way. All right. Well, I got it working. So this is an auto-generated recipe. You can craft the base ingots, any base ingots that are tier 3, I believe, or lower. Unfortunately, that's only aluminum. And then you just fill it. So I should add create and mixing as well. That would make sense. However, that is down a tier, so it wouldn't actually add any. Because this recipe still exists for everything that has a fluid. But if a recipe has, like, I don't know what to do as far as signalium goes, because this is a tier 4. So according to the current rules, this can only be crafted in the mixer. Now, I don't know if this is something I want to explore, but I do have a sintering oven, and this can be used for alloys. Right now it's just used for making bolts. But in theory, it should be able to be used for making alloys as well. With a multi-step process, like hydrating, packing, sintering, and then like melting or something. And then I can use, in theory, I can use the arc furnace for tier 4s and tier 5s. And then I can kind of use just the mixer for like a catch-all. Or if there's something that has a ton of inputs. Either way, I haven't decided on that yet. I might put the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. Either way, the only blend that actually is relevant right now is the lumium, or sorry, the base. This is the only relevant base right now. I think these still can be crafted into signalium, but this recipe is irrelevant because you can't craft the ingot on account of it being a tier 4 metal, which has to be crafted by the mixer. So until I figure that out, I'm just going to, if base item fluid is null, and item tier is more, less, or equal to 3. Okay. I think that's right. Okay, cool. Alright, now the Signalium base recipe does not exist. I'm gonna keep the dust right now, in case I want to add that later. Oh, you know what I could do, in theory, is the mixer makes the base dust, then you have to fill it, but again, feels like a waste. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this episode. I might start working on the brick chain. The only thing I really need is to find a place for it, which it's pretty big if you go maximum profit. So I might go maybe that way. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching. As always, thanks for the comments and the suggestions on Discord or otherwise. Really appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one.